Hi there everybody, and welcome back to the Blossom Crochet channel. In this crochet tutorial I will show you step by step how to make these absolutely beautiful Sunburst granny squares. So I'll just pick one of these up. So I'll be showing you how to make these absolutely gorgeous squares. So you'll be starting with your 3 rounds of the Sunburst pattern, and then we will square off at the end, and I'll be using a contrasting colour to do that. So for these ones that I've started making here, I'm using the Hayfield Spirit DK in shade Sundown, and then I'm just using some scraps of my white yarn just to square off at the end. Now it's completely up to you. You can do 1 round to square off like I've done here, or you can also add a 2nd round after you've squared off as well. It's totally up to you how many rounds you want to do once you've squared off. So we're going to do these first 3 rounds in the Hayfield Spirit for the tutorial, and then I will square off, as I say, in the white with you. So you'll have all of the rounds that you need in this one tutorial. So if this is your first time visiting my channel, then please make sure that you subscribe right now and click on that little bell icon so that you can keep up to date whenever I upload a new video. So we'll be starting our first round just with our UK treble crochets, then we've got our round of puff stitches, and then the very last one is our round of cluster stitches. So do remember that I work in UK terminology, but I will always give the US stitch name as well. So you'll start with your slip knot on your hook. Now obviously you can use absolutely any yarn that you want. You can do them all of the rounds in a single colour. You can change colours each round, or you can do the main body in a variegated yarn like I'm doing, and then contrast at the end for the squaring off round. It is completely up to you. Just use whatever hook size your chosen yarn recommends. So we're going to start with a chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're then going to slip stitch into that first chain to create a ring. So insert your hook into that first chain and then slip stitch. So yarn over, pull through both loops. And that just gives you a nice centre circle here to work into. We're going to chain 2, and that is going to count as your first treble. So that's your first UK treble. In the US, this round will be your double crochet. So we want 16 overall. That chain 2 counts as our first one, so we want an additional 15 UK trebles. So yarn over, insert into your centre circle, yarn over and pull up. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that is your UK treble or US double. So we've got 2 now, so we want 14 more. Okay, so at the end, just make sure you double check that you have got your 16, including the chain 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. So now, like when I'm doing circles on other granny squares and things, I like to slip stitch to the top of the first proper treble. So skipping across the top of the chain 2, I'm going to slip stitch into the top of our first full treble. So skip the chain 2 and insert your hook through the whole of that first full treble and slip stitch. Okay, so now I'm going to chain 1. Obviously, if you were fastening off and using a separate colour, then you will fasten off and then you will start and attach your yarn in the top of any of your trebles and chain 1. And so into the same stitch that we've just slip stitched into, so you can see this very same stitch just here, we're going to start our puff stitches. So into the top of this first stitch, I'm going to yarn over, insert into that stitch, yarn over and pull up nice and tall. So that's 1, yarn over and then insert back in, yarn over and pull up, again pull nice and tall, and 1 more time, yarn over, insert, yarn over and pull up, and you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loops on your hook. You then want to yarn over and pull through all of those loops and chain 1. So that's your first puff stitch. So I'll show you that one more time. So we're going to move to the top of the next treble. Yarn over, insert into the top of the next treble, yarn over and pull up nice and tall, yarn over and back in, yarn over and pull up. One more time, yarn over, insert, yarn over and pull up. Again, you'll have all of those loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through them all and chain 1. So you'll work that into the top of each stitch all the way around. Okay, so I've worked that pretty much all the way around. I've currently got 15 puff stitches, but obviously we need 16. So you need to make sure that you work into this very last space just here. So you can see we've got the start of our puff stitches, but we've got one more space to work just here. So finish that final puff stitch. Like I say, just count. Make sure you've got 16. Do your final chain 1, and then we're going to skip to that very first chain 1 space between those 2 puff stitches. So this is your first one here. We're going to skip to this space and slip stitch. Okay, so that's your first 2 rounds completed. Again, if you were changing colour, chain 1 and snip off, and then obviously attach your new colour into this chain 1 space and chain 1, which is where you would meet me now anyway. So at this point we're going to be moving on to these beautiful 4 treble crochet cluster stitches. That's a little bit of a mouthful. So obviously in the US these are your double crochet cluster stitches. So we've chained 1, and then straight into that same chain 1 space you'll do a yarn over, insert, yarn over and pull up. You've got 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. Yarn over, back into the chain 1 space, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 2. Yarn over, back in, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 3. And one final time, yarn over, insert, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. And now you'll have 5 loops on your hook. You'll yarn over, pull through all of those loops and chain 2. Okay, now we're going to skip to our next chain 1 space in between our next puff stitches. So I'll show you the cluster stitch one more time. So yarn over, insert into that chain 1 space, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over and back in, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. Little cat hair there. Yarn over and back in, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, one final time, yarn over and insert, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through those 5 loops and chain 2. So if you continue that all the way around into each of your chain 1 spaces. So I've gone pretty much all the way around. You can see I've just got these 2 final puff stitches to work in between. So I will be working into that final chain 1 space with my very final cluster. Okay, so at this point, instead of chaining 2, I'm actually going to chain 3 after that very final cluster, just because I find that a chain 2 would pull these 2 clusters too close together. So I do a chain 3, and then I'm going to skip to that first chain 2 space after that first cluster, and I'm going to slip stitch into there. I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to snip off. I'll snip off and just pull that tail out and tighten up. Okay, so that is how you should look after doing those 3 rounds. We're now going to square off. So if you were continuing with the same colour, then you would just do a chain 4 straight up from after your slip stitch. You would just do a chain 4. I'm just going to attach my new colour. So that chain 4 that you would do if you had just chained up, that is counting as your first double treble, okay? So that is a UK double treble. In the US it would just be your treble. So I'm going to chain. Okay, so we're going to create our first corner space here. So we've got our first double treble. You then want to do another, so this time it'll be a proper one. So you'll yarn over twice, insert into that chain space, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so we've got 2 UK double trebles or US trebles. One more, so yarn over twice, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay. So at this point we want to create our actual corner space. So you can do this either with a chain 2 or a chain 3. It is completely up to you. And then back into that same space. So you've already got 3 stitches in there. We're going to do another 3 stitches in there. So you'll do 3 more double trebles into that same space. That's 1, 2, and 3. We're then going to jump across to our next chain 2 space, and in this chain 2 space you're going to do 3 UK trebles or US doubles. That's 2 and 3. Into the next chain 2 space you're going to do 3 half trebles or 3 half doubles. So yarn over, insert, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. That's 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go back to 3 UK trebles or US doubles into your next chain 2 space. So 3 trebles, and then we are going to create our next corner space. So in the exact same way as our first corner space, you will have 3 double trebles, your chain 2 or chain 3, and then 3 double trebles, all in the same space. So you'll have 6 stitches in your corner spaces. Okay, you can see that that is starting to square off. So now you will repeat all the way around. So you'll have your double trebles, chain, double trebles, and then you'll have 3 treble crochets, 3 half trebles, 3 trebles, and then your double trebles in your corner. And you'll work that all the way around. So you should be finishing with, in your final chain 2 space, you'll be finishing with 3 UK trebles. And then you're ready to join to the top of that starting chain that you did at the beginning of this round with a slip stitch. So that is how you should be looking at this point. It should be nice and square. Now at this point you can either add another round. So if you were to do 2 rounds after you've squared off, then your next round would literally just be a normal granny round. So it would just be all trebles. You wouldn't need to be doing longer and shorter and then longer. You would just do all regular trebles all the way around as you would with a normal granny square. However, if you were just leaving it after doing 1 round, you can obviously now start getting your squares together and you can start joining. So the technique for joining is completely up to you. I've got a few different joining tutorials on my channel which I will leave links to in the description box. There's also the join as you go method. I don't have, as of filming this in, what are we, January 2023, I don't have a join as you go tutorial on my channel, but there are tutorials for it on YouTube. So it is something that I will do at some point, but as of today, I don't have one on my channel. But as I say, there are some lovely, really good join as you go tutorials on YouTube already if you wanted to look at that. But as I say, I will leave a link in the description for lots of other joining methods anyway. So I'm just liking the way that's lining up there with those little points like a little star. Anyway, that is it for this tutorial. I will leave handy little timestamps in the description so that you can just click for each row and it will just take you straight to that point in the tutorial. But I really do hope that you have enjoyed this one. It's probably one of my favourite granny squares, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to use these for, but they will be used for something. My mum's after a granny cardigan, so something like this might work wonderfully for that. But I really hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you again for another video really, really soon. Well, thank you as always for watching, and bye for now.